How badly did you guys need this one?
Yeah, you got me.
Well, I mean, we need every game. There was 8 games to play. We needed to win a bunch of those 8 games, so the boys persevered tonight.
There was the fan protest early on. What was your take on that, and was it disorienting at all for either you or the players to just kind of have that lack of background noise?
We gave them a little heads up as to what was going on. I mean, I actually wrote this down because I knew you were going to ask me this question, Matt. So, for those who dismiss or are not satisfied maybe with what the teams did tonight, you know, they need to be complimented on their stance. I mean, I get it; it's a free country; they can believe what they do. But I know that this club is against racism and against fascism. I know that. I believe that with everything that I do. And so that little bit of support that we're trying to show to find some middle ground between the fans that are upset and angry, you know, I believe personally, I'll say me, because you asked me, I believe that we can erase some of that stuff that's out there in the world. And I was proud of the guys to do that little ceremony before the thing, and that's what I'm going to say about it.
You had been having rough patch of results. Now tonight you secured the Cascadia Cup. I mean, is that
Awesome.
sort of a confidence boost as you kind of look ahead to the home stretch?
Well,
of the
look,
season?
it's important for the fans. I am a fan, so I love the fact that this was the first time since 2006, 2007
Correct, in the USL.
that in the USL that the Sounders won back-to-back Cascadia Cups. So look, the rivalry between the 3 franchises is a very big one. It's something that we take seriously. I know that the fans take it seriously. So very happy. You know, I got to hug 3 of the fans that were down on the field, look at the cup. The guys were happy, so it was a big deal.
What is it about your team defense today that enabled you not to give up 3 goals, just one and win?
I wish I knew, Maz. I'll watch the film. I mean, look, obviously we withstood a lot of attacks. I mean, they were on top of us for large parts of that second half. You know, once they scored the first goal, I think it lifted them. But look, there's that old stupid coaches saying we bend but we don't break, and you know, some of the clearances, some of the misses they had. I mean, it was a pretty exciting game.
I assume you've won the Cascadia Cup in Portland in your life, but this is the first time in the MLS era that you guys have done that. Does that feel any extra special?
Jeremiah, this win just was good for a lot of different reasons. Cascadia Cup, my sanity, coach's sanity, player sanity, fan sanity. You know, for a lot of different reasons, this was a big performance, a gutty performance, and you know that's the Seattle Sounders.
Looked like you had some joy with Morris going on Valentine on the left-hand side. Talk about that matchup and how it provided for you.
Yeah, it was great until, you know, he got a little dinged up there. We'll have to assess him when we get back to Seattle, but Jordan was great. I mean, he took Valentin on, and that was a good matchup for us for sure.
Along the back line, would you say that Kim and Arriaga together, this might have been their best match together?
I would probably expand on that, Matt, to say that it was the team's best defensive performance. That's what I would probably say. I mean, a lot of guys did it out in the wing channels. They defended well out there. You know, we pressed higher up the field when we needed to. I thought overall it was a good team performance.
Was it simply just showing maybe film of the last match when Portland was in Seattle to motivate these guys? I'm sure there wasn't that much motivation, but that probably was some of it.
Gonzo does a very good job with pregame film, and yes, there were clips of what happened up in Seattle on the film today.
What did you do defensively against Fernandez? He didn't have a bunch of sniffs that didn't fall right to him, but Fernandez and Blanco maybe not as sharp as they've been.
Well, I don't know if I'd agree with that. I thought they looked pretty good in some of their attacking movements, but you know, we had a game plan where Delem and Gustav were in charge of Valeri and Blanco on some of the fast break opportunities. I thought that worked pretty good. You know, obviously Fernandez is a world-class player, and you know, Kim and Arriaga were up to the task today.
Do you believe in signature wins?
We still got a few more games we got to win before I say that this is a signature win, but it sure does feel good right now.
You played Roldan out there on the wing. You haven't done that very much this season. What was the instructions that you gave to him, and how did he execute?
Eric, same instructions we gave him all of last year when Ozzy and Gustav were there, and he played there all last year. You know, the playoff loss to this franchise last year, you know, Christian got injured in the game down here, you know, was a big part of why I felt that, you know, we could have gone through last year. When he got injured, I think he can play out there. You know, I think he's very effective. You saw in the second half some of the moments where he could give us possession, get a couple passes. His running from a deeper position is fantastic. So, you know, he's a versatile player.
Emmanuel Cecchini gets his first minutes tonight. What were instructions? What do you think he did for you
I
positively?
needed him to bring energy and a little bit of calmate, a little bit of composure in the middle of the field. You know, Gustav and Jordi Delem did a tremendous job defensively, but Emmanuel has a little bit more, you know, a little bit of one more pass in him. You know, he can find a pass, connect a pass, and that's what I want him to do. But he obviously was, you know, had good energy when he came on the field. I think he was excited to play.
You mentioned Svensson and Delem in the center there, two holding mids for you today. How do you think that pairing did in general?
It's great. Thought it was great.
What function are you looking for out of that instead of playing Leva rolled in one of those guys there?
Well, I had said already that in order to deal with their counterattacks, I needed those guys to be aware of Blanco. When Kelvin pushed up the line, then one of those two had to stay on Blanco because Blanco was cheating. When any ball turned over, Valeri's a tremendous talent. He would come on one side of the field or the other, and those guys were in charge of that.
And how important was that communication between both of them to slot in and slot back Delem and Gustav? How important was that for them to do that today?
Well, it was massive. You know, to answer your question, you know, what did Ozzy and Gustav provide us last year? You guys can talk about that. Same principle.
Go ahead.